6 years ago, I started uploading to YouTube for the first time. My supply company at the time was falling apart. I had just opened this new repair shop with very little idea how it was I was going to be paying rent. I had just hired some of my first employees, and things were going very, very shakily during that time in my life. So I thought I might as well just kind of rant on camera every now and then to see where things went. 2 years later, I decided that I was sick and tired of the company that I was dealing with for board repair. This was, I believe, July 4th, 2014. That was my favorite Independence Day. And I wanted to find board views to go with the schematics to try and work on these boards. I actually had no idea that board views even existed. I had no idea how it was that people could tell what on the schematic was what in the board. That was how ignorant I was. And I think a lot of people don't realize that this channel was actually my journey to learning board repair. When I started this channel, I didn't know how to do most of the things that I do now. I was outsourcing a lot of the board repair to this other company, and they would mess up a lot of things that they would work on. So I decided I don't want to outsource to them anymore. I'm going to figure out how to do this myself. And some of the people I was with just kind of looked and went, "Do you know how to do that?" And I go, "I worked on 1960s and 70s audio gear. I'm sure it's the same thing." And they just laughed, and rightfully so, because the components I was working on there were this big, and they didn't have PCBs. They were just like point-to-point wiring, like in the Pultex. The newer, more advanced things would have a PCB. So this was very different than what a MacBook Logic board is made out of. You did not need a microscope. It was not surface mount soldering, and the components and the types of circuits were entirely different altogether. I was not qualified to work on that stuff, but I figured I would try with some of the donor boards that I had. So I decided to, on July 4th in 2014, that I was going to find the board views to go along with the schematics, and I did. And that day, my mind was blown, because now all these components on the schematic, I know where they are on the board. Let's go. Let's do this. And very soon after, I bought this $2,300 camera and this $800 microscope camera and this new $1,000 microscope to fit it. And I wanted to share the journey of learning it with all the people on YouTube. And that's one of these things about modern social media that's really cool, how it changes the incentive structure and it changes the entire learning process, the entire motivational process. Because if I was just doing this for me to learn for my business, I probably would have given up. It was knowing when I was staying here for 2 to 6 weeks in a row until 3 or 4 in the morning and taking a cab home. It wasn't that I was just doing this for myself, but I was doing it for these 1,000 people that subscribe to my YouTube channel. And all those thousands of people, if I can figure this out, I can share it with. And there's something cool about being able to share something that you learned with a bunch of people that are interested in knowing how to do it. You know, this is one of the things that was really exciting for me as a kid, was being able to share something that I learned with all the people around me. Anytime I'd learned something new that I thought was useful, I would get excited and I'd run down the block ringing all the kids' doorbells of the people that I knew and saying, "Look at this new thing that I figured out how to do." It was just so fun. And I carried that into adulthood, and I exhibited a lot of that with this channel. And the reason I say that is because a lot of people will look and say, "Wow, I don't think I could ever do this stuff." And the reality is that when I started this channel, neither could I. So if you really want to watch and get motivated, you could watch some of my early videos where I didn't know what the heck I was doing. And I've gotten to a point now where I think I'm pretty good at it. And it's really cool to not just know how to do this stuff, but know that I learned alongside all of you who were there supporting me as I went. And in 2016, I got a notice from an Apple law firm saying, "You have this video up that says that it has a little piece of the schematic. Could you take that down?" And I thought about it, and I contacted an attorney, and that attorney said, "They're asking nicely. You probably should take it down. I mean, how often does a company like that ask nicely?" And I decided to say no. I said, "I'll take it down. Happy to take it down. All you got to do is file a DMCA claim, so that if people ask me, 'Hey, why'd the video go down?' I can at least say, well, it's not just that I deleted it to be an ass. It was because this company who made this public claim forced me to. So please, just, if you don't want people to know how to replace a fuse in your product, and that's how you want to do business, that's fine with me. I'll comply. I just want you to attach your name to it." And that was something that I was really afraid to do at the time. I remember that day, I think it was June 30th or July 1st, 2016. I was running around the store like a chick, like Wade the Duck from the Garfield cartoon, taking anything and everything that had an Apple logo, even if it was just something that was used, and throwing it away. I thought, like, "Oh my God, the sky is falling, the sky is falling." My employees that day were just kind of laughing and smirking at how paranoid I was at that. But I'm really glad that I made the decision I did not to delete my video, and I'm really glad I stuck to my guns. And above all, I'm really happy that all of you encouraged me to make that positive decision. I'm genuinely glad that I was able to continue doing what I was doing, and because of that, I've been able to get all these letters and emails and pictures from all of you who've made something broken work again because of these videos. Whether you're an end user that's just doing it to make your own machine work again, or whether you're somebody who has a repair shop who's added component level repair to your business, or whether you're somebody who just decided to start a component level repair business after seeing the stuff that we've posted to YouTube. That's the type of stuff that makes this uniquely rewarding, and that's part of what's made YouTube one of the more rewarding aspects of my life. So I got to say thank you very much for being a part of that and for allowing me to continue doing what I'm doing. Regardless of what I go on and do in my life, I'm never going to forget that all of you helped support me during the time that I was putting together content, that allowed me to do that for other people. So thank you very much. It's given me a great sense of purpose in my life that I definitely didn't have before I started doing this on YouTube. And I owe it to all of you. So thank you very much for being a part of allowing me to do that. And especially just getting involved with all the right to repair people, being able to go around and talk to politicians and lobbyists, opening people's eyes to what's going on with electronic waste and how they're being sold this idea that you're renting a device rather than owning it, and just being a part of that awakening in our culture of bringing repair back to the forefront as something that we take pride in and do on a regular basis. Man, that's really cool. And I wouldn't have been able to do it without the support of all of you. So as I sit here about to get 400,000 subscribers, something that I could have never imagined back in the days when I started doing this board repair stuff on YouTube with 1,000 subscribers, I just want to say thank you to every single one of you who's been there along the way, who's watched, who's helped, who's supported, who's shared this stuff with a friend, who's shared the hobby of repair with a friend, who's made something work again and emailed me and showed me the work that you did, because that is what makes this rewarding. That's what makes this fun. And that's what I want to continue doing into the future. Into the future, I'm going to be splitting the content up a little bit. I'm going to have a live channel that I link to below. All the dreary 3 to 6 hour work live streams are going to be there and only there. If you want to see short, edited board repair videos or things that are short, sweet, and to the point, I'm going to keep them on this channel over here. We're going to have news, we're going to have short board repairs, and we're going to have a little bit of trolling and fun too, because, hey, you got to have fun every now and then. But I'm going to split the content up a little bit so that people who subscribe for live streams don't get bored when they're edited videos, and people who subscribe for edited videos don't go, hey, why are there 20 videos in a row of a guy just talking in his chair for 5 hours? So what I'm doing is I'm cutting the content out of the live streams that I think was really good stuff and then putting it on the main channel. But if you want to see everything, I'm going to link it in the video description. I'm going to say this video came from this live stream so that regardless of what you want from this content, you can find what works for you. I'm going to be going on a little weekend vacation to celebrate my 400,000 subscriber mark. Just want to say again, thank you very much to all of you who helped make this possible. Thank you for all of you who helped share the hobby and the fun of repair. And as always, over these past 6 years, I hope you learned something, and I hope you stick around for everything that we plan to do in the future.